Hello, welcome to the Brass Brunch Bunch. I'm Richard Demi, and we're going to do some daily routines. So if you're just joining us, grab your horn, play along, and if you follow on the website where it says brassbrunchbunch.com, you can join in on Zoom, and you can actually participate. We're low on numbers this week because a lot of people have school conflicts. We're having a bunch of high schoolers participating. So if you see this and you have your horn, jump on. All right, let's get started here. I've been playing a lot of trombone this week, so now I'm back on euphonium. So let's get started with these long tones. Really focus on the exact sound that you want. I like to use the metaphor term. Doing a little too much talking here at the beginning, but this will be good. I want you to envision pouring hot chocolate fudge on top of some ice cream, and when you breathe, that's the only thing that I want you to be thinking about the entire time. Here we go, through this exercise. Just think about visualizing pouring chocolate on top of some ice cream or whatever you want to pour chocolate on top of. Let's start again on that concert F, and let's keep on going. Ready? Good. Just trying to keep my corners here firm. Whether it's here or here, whatever's firm for you. Firm just means not wiggling when you're changing, especially between the notes. So that's what it means to me today. Low B flat. Keep on going. guess that's the end. All right, let's move on through. So, oh, look, it's Amelia. So we got our first guest today. Amelia, how are you doing today? Up. Sound's being turned on. Amelia, how are you doing today? Really good. I'm broadcasting today, but I have it set up that it's not going to put any video of anybody up. So it's just video of me. So, do you want to jump in straight to lip slurs? All right, I'll let you run it, and I'll put my mute on. How about this? We haven't done this for a while. Why don't you just air each measure before you play? Just get the air moving. And there's one thing I want to focus on very specifically on the way the air sounds when we do air through our horn. A lot of people do, and there's just like a lot of resistance in there. I just want to hear just hot air. Like that. Want to try that just for today? We'll call it a breathing exercise, even though it's not. You can't see the screen. Let me screen share. Sorry about that. Forgot to turn it on. There you go. And anybody watching at home, you can join in on Zoom if you follow the website brassbrunchbunch.com. Real quick, Amelia, it sounds great. Use like way more air. Just don't hold it in. You might have to breathe a couple times through just the wind pattern there. Nice. All right, so really quickly, Amelia, for some reason, your audio... So, Amelia, some reason your audio's not coming through on the live stream. So if you don't mind me playing with this real quick, because you're sounding really great, and I want to make sure everybody hears it, and I want to make sure I don't sound crazy. So, no wonder. We are audio output capture. There we go. Talk a little bit. Perfect.
Hello.
All right. So this is Amelia. I wasn't talking to myself when we were doing this. So let's let Amelia. Where do we leave off on? The concert
I think,
D.
yeah. Here we're about to do sort of positioning.
Excellent. So Amelia, why don't you lead us through from concert D out for the rest of this exercise?
Okay. From where? Sorry.
From the concert D, at the very top of the first, the last measure of the first line.
Got it. Okay. Ready.
All right, that was really good. Now that I was now that I was making sure that your microphone's actually getting broadcast, that'll this will work really well. All right, so moving on to our next lip slur. There's really two differences that we're doing with this. The first exercise is to get really flexible moving in between. Um, for this exercise, I want us to really kind of focus on glissandoing between all three of these notes. So just kind of going back to some old-fashioned um, little techniques to use here when we're practicing this. I want us to use a pinky whistle. So it's very simple. You take your pinky, put it on top of your bottom teeth, and then you're going to whistle. It's going to be a very large aperture compared to regular whistling. And you're just thinking of saying who. It should be very similar to actually playing, but we're going to try to actually kind of whistle the right notes. It's going to sound like this. Then we're going to play. Good news is you don't have to think about it. You just whistle. So keep that finger down at a 45-degree angle. If you're sitting at home and you're telling yourself, well, I can't whistle, well, whatever you tell yourself is probably true. So just remember thinking of going whoo with the high tongue, and you'll just get the pitch in the sound. And even if it's not a whistle, if it's kind of close, that's good enough for right now. So let's keep on going, starting on the A natural. Ready, and A flat. G. Lost it there at the end. right, that was awesome for me. It felt really good. I felt like I just had to try to blow the air correctly, and it whistled on its own. Amelia, how was that for you?
It was okay. I do very well on finger whistling, but it was fine.
So my question is how loud are you trying to finger whistle? Finger whistle real quick. Just that last one because it might be the easiest one. Let's hear yours. I think, well, let's just try this as an experiment. Make your tongue a little bit higher. E and whistle softer. That didn't work at all, did it?
No.
Let's try one of them. Make the higher tongue and whistle loud.
Okay.
So I'm hearing the number one mistake that I find that all high schoolers do, especially good high schoolers. When we're trying to speed up the air, I think you're changing your lips. Listen. You kind of hear that little that staticky sound that you're kind of making?
Yeah.
That is just because you're allowing your lips to get closer together. I want you to keep all of that stuff firm and keep it open. Now, your lips, the pink parts, they're going to be loose. They're going to do whatever they want to do. You might notice them get smaller for the higher notes, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the larger area. So, what I'm doing is, and my entire tongue in the back of my mouth is touching the roof of my mouth like a taco. The sides are kind of rubbing up against it and sealing. And I'm noticing I'm whistling better right now because I realized I wasn't sealing the back of my tongue just then. So give that a try real quick. Like you're got peanut butter on the roof of your mouth. Mwah, mwah, and you're kind of rubbing it off. Give it a finger whistle. It sounds really soft. Make it more of a who now.
Okay.
Keep going, you're good. So you got the right first note. Now, make that change for the first two notes. Yeah, it eked out there. Don't you feel like you want to squeeze your lips together?
Yeah.
It's so what's the word I'm looking for? It's so ingrained in our psyche because people say faster air, and that's absolutely correct. The band directors say you need to move your air faster for high notes, but people do this. They're using the wrong tool. It's like using a wrench to drive a nail into a wall. Sometimes you can do it, but you'll mess up the nail, you'll mess up the wrench, you'll probably mess up the wall. So let's make sure we're 100% changing that air inside of our mouth. Do it without, whistle without your finger first. Try that. Oh, it's so perfect. Now do the same thing here, just keeping our lips apart. And it feels so weird that your mouth is big and you're sticking your tongue out like this in order to get those high notes. I know, it's very bizarre. You sound 100 times better already. It might not be coming through as loud on the microphone because Zoom's kind of cutting out when you get soft, so it's much better already. We're going to work on that just a little bit, but here's the secret. Once you get your air going like that, I want us to go back to our poo articulation. Now I just want you to blow that air saying poo. Can you do that just for the one note? Whistle it first and then poo that note out.
Oh, wait.
7th position. Okay, one more time. One more time. Nice, big and open. Really get it to whistle. Yes. Blow that same air. Pooh. Yeah. You hear how much better, how much more sound you're getting out of it.
Mhm.
Now let's give it a long note so it doesn't sound whop. Nice. Now. You're just blowing the air. Pull. Blow it hard. Uh-oh. You kind of feel how it's kind of glistening into it?
Yeah.
That means you're finding it. That's fine. Intermediate step. Yeah, that's it. Now. Poo, poo. Seventh position. That's it. Ah, now you're finding it. So we're just going poo, right to the same embouchure. Yes. Now the last one. Yeah, nice and loud. Poo. Yeah. Poo. Through your horn now. Through the horn. Do you hear how clear that is? That's amazing. That's sounding a huge difference. I know you're having trouble with that poo articulation, but that's the you're doing it right now. That sounds awesome. All right, let's move on. We spent a lot of time on that, and that's perfectly all right. Let's kind of mix together everything we've been doing now, and we're gonna do just some single tonguing exercises. I want us to start with the air knocking. We're gonna go air knocking and play all in tempo. Remember, the sound is this, not this. We don't want to. We don't want that. We want do 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 do. Let's hear you, Amelia. Just give us a good example. That's the sound. So anybody else following along at home, that's exactly what we're working on. All right, here we go. Hold on. 2, ready, and oh, sorry. Air knocking first. Ready, and all right. How was that, Amelia?
It went A-okay.
All right, excellent. That's probably one of my favorite exercises just to play and keep on going. All right, Amelia, I want you to be in charge of this exercise. Um, Instead of finger whistling the entire time, can you finger whistle just those first 4 measures?
Okay.
Let me play the first note for you. Go for it. I'm hearing you squeeze your lips. Do you hear it?
Yeah.
Your turn. It's a little tricky, so that's really what I want you to be practicing on your own. Just take 4 seconds in between a repetition of something you're playing and just try to finger whistle it. We can practice the cross whistle, which first off you do it horizontal. This is the first part of the cross. And you can hear how it's a little bit harder to whistle it. And then you can cross whistle it this way and make sure that vertical finger is touching both of your lips. I need to practice that a little bit. It's not as good as it should be, but you can still hear the pitch in the air. All right, you lead it. I'll mute my mic.
Okay. Let's go. But do you want me doing the? Do you want me to whistle it or?
Go ahead and play it with as best tone as you, the best tone that you can. And anybody watching at home, that circle over each of those second notes is going to show that we're going to bend the pitch down instead of move our fingers and move the slide.
Alrighty. Thanks. Let's go. Ready?
Amelia, that sounded great. You've really been working on that, and that sounds really good. Has this been able to help you just play some more sight reading things better in band? Just being able to get everything to sync up, the lip bends.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Excellent. Well, we're gonna do this next one, and pip pip poo 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 poo. I'm gonna try to use the poo articulation on this one. We're not gonna do it the whole time, but I want us to practice. We're just going to read through maybe the first 2 measures or the first 3 measures, just practicing our poo articulation. And what we're really working on is just making sure everything outside the mouthpiece is still so we can move everything inside the mouthpiece. 2, ready, and go. Next one. Poo. just focus on the air. Now we're going to do the exact same thing, except we're just going to tongue and play it normal. Straight through, 2, right? And I felt a lot more stable over here. Like I didn't have to change anything about my cheeks or chewing or any of that nonsense. How was that, Amelia?
It was fine.
Were you nice? Did you feel yourself being nice and still?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, why don't you lead this one? Start out with some of those poo articulations on there, just to kind of focus on keeping it still and keeping those lips flexible, even though your face is still.
Okay. Let's go. Ready?
And let's go ahead and read it as is now.
Okay, cool. Let's go. Ready?
Something was a little strange about that. I think it sounded like you did the F twice.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh.
It sounded like a pitch thing. Why don't you do it one more time, all the way straight through, same tempo, and just focus on that air being one air stream. I know we did the pup pup pup, but that was an embouchure thing. It's not an air thing. So let's just focus on the air this time, and our embouchure should follow us.
Okay. Let's go. How was that?
That sounded way better.
Yay.
Yeah, that was great. Excellent. All right. I'm looking at the time. It is 11:39, and I need to let end a little bit early today because I have an acoustics class I teach at exactly 12 o'clock, so I need to have a little bit of time before that starts. You know what I would rather do, since we're working on those lip slurs a lot today, let's continue on with our lip bend lip slur here. Just kind of putting everything back together. So let's just, because it worked so well, Amelia, just for you to focus on just that air moving. Let's kind of go back to where I started today on the long tones. Is I'm going to think of we're going to focus on what I want you to be thinking while you're playing. So we're going to have this be the soundtrack for pouring hot fudge on top of an ice cream sundae. So that's what I want you to be thinking of, is when you're playing this, make sure that sound that you're making sounds just like pouring hot fudge. So keep that air moving, nice, warm, and steady without changing, even though it's flopping around on different parts of the ice cream. That's the only thing I want us to be thinking about this time. So ready? And... keep going. Amelia, why don't you lead us through this lip bend?
Okay. Yeah. Let's go. Ready.
You got it. Wonderful, wonderful. That was really good.
On that second to last one, I looked at the treble cloth, so I was like,
Oh no, yeah, it happens. No, but it sounded really good. You're keeping them smooth and connected. What I want is to, again, focus on all of these. Just keep that air moving the entire time. That air shouldn't change at all when you move your fingers. Let's, why don't you do the last two again? Why not? Just have a second try on that, C flat.
Alrighty. Let's go. Ready.
So I can hear on those longer slide positions, you're kind of letting that the pressure, the resistance dictate your air. You need to lead the entire horn by that solid, consistent air pressure. You might need to blow more and less, but you want to keep that feeling of that air moving the entire time. That's what we're going for. All right, it's sounding really good and still improving, but that's one thing that you need to work on especially this exercise. It's harder than the other lip bends, isn't it? Because the other ones are all pure lip slurs. Now we need to actually get that exact same feeling that we have on the lip slurs when we're moving notes. And once you can do that, it's very easy. We're going to omit the Schlossbergs today and the Remington lip slurs. We're going to go to the Belk lip slur. We'll just end today on... Let's end today on my favorite lip slur out of the Belk lip slur book. This one. And why don't I lead it? We'll do it nice and slow, and really, Amelia, I want you to work on rounding off these notes so it shouldn't sound like... We want... That's bad, sorry. Just air moving solid the entire time. Without it changing, flowing, because we're moving the slide or because we're moving the fingers. All right, let's finish it up. Ready? And... And if you are having trouble keeping the air consistent, this is probably the number one thing you need to make sure you're doing is making sure that this is completely still and not moving. If you're letting it get tighter and looser, that's the thing that changes your airflow. Next one, ready? And there we go. And that's it for today. So, how do you feel, Amelia?
I feel okay. I didn't do great on the last quiz, but it was okay.
Okay. Well, we'll keep on making everything better. So, hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you Monday. And anybody else? We have 3 people that are watching along live. You can continue to watch along live, or you can just jump on Zoom and you can play along too. It's really good for everybody. So, keep practicing, and I certainly will be. All right. Bye.
Yay.